Welcome to Marketplace with Charles. Marketplace, where we make sure that your dreams becomes a reality. Marketplace is brought to you by Art of Skincare. Art of Skincare, the company that seeks to bring out the beauty in you, as well as Kuwisa Lodge, situated at the heart of Mabalingwa Nature Reserve. Kuwisa Lodge, where you sleep, dream, and wake up with a big five. If tranquility is what you're looking for, then Kuwisa Lodge is the place to be. On Marketplace, we aim to empower you with the right tools that you need to move closer to you achieving your entrepreneurial dreams. Each week will bring you insight from experts in different fields of business, from men and women of faith. Today we explore one of the rarest careers in our Black communities that I believe will inspire you as a viewer to search deep inside yourself and find that hidden treasure within you. For I believe each one of us has got something within us, something that has been deposited that we need to unearth. Well, welcome Mr. Temba Mantshiyo with you in your home today or wherever you may be watching these episodes from. One of the best ways of making it in business is to take the time to study what everybody else seems to be avoiding and filling that space. Because if you do what everyone else is doing, you will achieve what everyone else has achieved. But if you want to be a trendsetter, you need to do something different. It is true that you can follow your passion in the usual trades and succeed. However, more room remains to be occupied in the trades that are traditionally assigned to people of other races and countries for whatever reason that I don't even know. And I don't buy to that notion because we are all created in the image of God and we all can be a success in this life, irrespective of your race, your religion, your color, or your creed. We all can make it. The advantage of doing what nobody else is doing is that you get the opportunity to shine and be a trendsetter, as I mentioned before, in that trade, which then opens the door for you as you get to be in demand, not just ordinary demand, but huge demand. Also, in the fields of coaching and training, you excel. Temba, welcome to Marketplace with Charles.
Thank you, Charles, for having me on your show. I really appreciate this opportunity and a good day to all our viewers.
I am delighted to have met a young, successful man like yourself. You are still young, but let me say to you, you are successful and very successful. Will you agree with me?
I do agree with you. It's, I think I've found myself within this profession. It's quite challenging, but also inspiring at the same time. I used to, when I was still a young boy, I used to have this idea that we live in the greatest continent of them all. And yet some things, it seems like, as if like you've mentioned, that some things, it looks like they are carried for other cultures. But when you search deeply into history books, our forefathers were making jewelry.
Yeah.
Jewelry making is not new in Africa.
Yes.
So what I'm doing now, I'm continuing the legacy that was left by our forefathers, which is greatness. And for that, I really appreciate for those people who saw in me when I didn't even think that it was possible. And for that, I think my mother was a great pillar in saying, son, whatever that you believe in, it's possible. You can do it. So when you have someone who believes in you that much, I mean, what more can you ask for?
You are talking about your mother.
Yes.
Talk to me about your background, your family background and where you come from. So we understand, because some of the people who are doing jewelry, maybe they're from a well-off family, they had a great background. I need to know and understand who is Temba. And I tried to pronounce her surname. I'm not even sure if it was correct or not.
Okay. My name is Temba Mantshiyo. I'm from a small village in the northwest called Munununu. So starting off, because I completed my matric in like 2008, and because I didn't have money to go further. And I was at home for 2 years, you know, just thinking and wishing that something could come up. But there's one thing that I promised myself, that the first opportunity that comes to the door, I will embrace it and make the greatest of myself from that. And jewelry came. You know, it was the answer to my prayers. Looking into our family, we are not that, we don't have a lot, basically. And that was an aspect that inspired me the most to say, man, this can be changed. We are on this earth, we have different talents. And if we use our talents in a good way, we are able to transform our backgrounds and become better people in a way. So like at home, I remember there was a time when, because I started from college.
Yeah.
And when I was studying there, I was like, this looks interesting. I want more. So and then I applied to the University of Johannesburg, and then I got accepted. But then, because I completed at college in 2011, so I had a sponsor who promised that, don't worry, we're going to fund you next year. But the following year, 2012, they pulled out. They said, we don't have money. Oh, I was a bit stressed. I was there with my mother running around, trying to borrow 500 here and then, just to raise that 7,000 to come to UJ. And I saw the look on her face when she said, son, take this money and go and study. I see this is what you are passionate about. But I was looking at her, I mean, she was taking her last money, investing in me. And that gave me the confidence to say, you know what, I'm going to make it. And I'm not only going to make it, but I'm going to make it big. So that her investment, it comes through in my work. And also another thing is to inspire our young people that when you put enough effort into something, you are bound to get the results.
Are you still at school now studying?
I'm studying part-time, yes.
Which university?
University of Johannesburg.
So you are in business,
Yes,
doing your own jewellery,
yes,
and you are still studying further.
yes.
Why is it like that? Because, I mean, you are successful already. I don't think you still need to study.
I realized that we as the continent, for me, because I've traveled in different countries, and when I was there, I was walking around and looking. But I personally believe that this continent, African continent, has the greatest potential ever. So I am trying to make opportunities for young black people, because we lack environments on which to thrive. You can have skills, you can have talents, but if there's no environment at which you can practice those, it's pointless. So for me, studying further is to try to empower myself.
Yeah.
So that in the process of empowering myself, I'm also empowering others.
I love that. I love that. You're empowering yourself so that you can empower others as well.
Yes.
That's awesome, awesome.
I was privileged enough to, because when you do something and you are good at it, you will get rewarded. So in 2015, I got a trip to go to New York for a month because I was one of the best students, you know, and all expense paid for. And later that year, I got a scholarship to go to study in Italy, fine jewelry at the highest level.
So you came back with an Italian woman?
Unfortunately, things didn't work out. Things didn't work out. Yeah.
But you came back with a trade.
Yes. And if there's one thing that I was there, because I tried to learn the Italian language, that was quite difficult. You know, I was like, you know what, I might not be able to speak the Italian language, but my hands will speak the language. You know what I mean? So technically, I'm really good at what I do. and it's beautiful to to really invest in something and see the rewards.
Let's bring it closer to home. You said our forefathers were involved in this trade.
Absolutely.
I'm just thinking aloud. I'm thinking of Mapungubwe.
Exactly.
If you have heard of Mapungubwe.
Yes, I'm
because there
familiar.
were golden treasures which were discovered at Mapungubwe.
True that.
And I think it's one of the universities, if I'm not mistaken, it's Wits University, which went there to do the exploration and all that. What
Very
can you
true.
tell me about Mapungubwe in relation to our ancestors, if we were to take it from there and continue with it?
That is just an evidence that there was once a great civilization, not far from here, but here in Mapungubwe. And that, because I had a client 3 months back from the United States. She had visited South Africa and saw the rhino. And I think they sell, if not mistaken, the markups.
Yes.
Or she took a picture at the museum. And she was like, Temba, I love this. I love the texture on this rhino.
Yeah.
What can you do for me as an artist? I was like, I'm excited because this is not just a jewelry piece, but it's a jewelry piece with a historical reference. So I created a ring that almost looks like the Mapungubwe rhino for her to wear on a daily basis. So that is just one example that we once had greatness in this continent.
And if you're having a ring, you are saying you can walk around with your artifact.
Very true, very true. That is just such power of jewelry as opposed to other disciplines. You can write your story in a jewelry piece. For instance, I have this bracelet.
Yes.
This is my company logo. And every morning when I wake up and I put this on, it's a constant reminder that you said you're going to do this. This is your dream. So, because we have challenges on a daily basis, and we need some things that can help us to stay focused.
You are saying that is your company logo.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about your company? And when did you discover your love for jewelry?
Yes. So I'm the founder of Temba Mantshiyo Design Studio. Short abbreviation is TMDS.
TMDS.
Yes. So TMDS is a company that seeks to connect people with themselves, people with other people, and people with nature. Because, Charles, you must remember that we live in a time where we are always bombarded by a lot of information. And in that, we don't get enough time to be with ourselves. So it's the introduction of the fourth industrial revolution. Yes, it's a good thing that it's helping in some ways, but it's also a disadvantage because it's removing us from ourselves. So when you have a piece like this, you can have a 15 minutes moment where you are with yourself. It's also therapeutic because it has the crystals. So when you are sitting and you have that moment with yourself, you can just distract yourself a bit because it creates a sound that can in a way soothe you. So that is such power of jewelry. It's such a small piece when you are looking at it, but the effects of it are great.
Well, viewers out there, it's not me who said it. It's Temba. We don't have enough time to be with our own self. Maybe this time, let's take a break and be with ourselves, with our lovely comedian in the house. We'll be back shortly.
Many a times we tend to blame our parents or our friends or people around us if we are not succeeding in life. And believe you me, for you to succeed, it's of yourself. Like myself, you see, dark as I am, during my Sunday school days, I never got that character of Jesus. See, when we were doing dramas at school, my Sunday school teacher, she would always give me that character. Okay, Multi-B, come, you're going to be Lucifer. Okay, Multi-B, come, you're going to be a burning bush, right there, stand there. Multi-B, come, you're going to be a fish, you're going to devour Jonah. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing today. I am not proud to say I am a Sunday school dropout because of my Sunday school teacher. If you want to get more of me, get me into your event. You can call me on 061-099-2741. My name is Multi-B. I love you so much.
Hope you have all enjoyed Multi-B in the house. Viewers, I am still sitting here with my lovely guest, Temba, who has made a mark in the jewelry industry. Temba, before the break, I asked you a question on when did you discover your love for jewelry? When did you find yourself? And you were still trying to explain.
So it was back in 2010 where I was given an opportunity as a learnership to go study jewelry in Rustenburg Orbit College. And from then, that's when I discovered that it wasn't just an opportunity for me to study, but it was a way for me to communicate with the world. And I discovered later on that jewelry is such a powerful medium. It speaks volume. I mean, we have a collection titled Phenomenal Jewels, Celebrating Phenomenal Women, but we'll explain that later on. So from Rustenburg Orbit College, I then went to the University of Johannesburg. And then from there, because as you are working on your craft on a daily basis, I was basically consumed by this. It's funny that sometimes I wouldn't even have food to eat, but I was more happy to have some metal that I can make a piece of jewelry. Because, I mean, that was, in a way, food for my soul. And if your soul is fulfilled, I mean, the food themselves, they were not much for me at that moment. That is such the power that the jewelry has in me.
Let's talk about the challenges that you encountered on your road to success. Because I don't want to believe it was, what can I put it, it was good every day. You might have encountered challenges on the road. I want you to inspire someone at home who wants to follow on your footsteps, who is facing challenges, and tell them it is possible with these challenges. What challenges have you encountered and how did you overcome them?
It has been a tough, but I don't want to take God's grace, because there were moments where He said, I'm giving you a bit of light to say you can go forward. But it was tough. At some point, at varsity, I didn't have food to eat, But in my mind, I always had that thing that I'm not going back. I'm not. So challenges with regard to finance as a student, and also challenges with regard to finance as a business person. I'm still facing challenges as a business person, because this industry is very demanding. Just to set up a one-man studio, you are required at least to 1.5 million. Where would I get that kind of amount? But I am glad that the Lord has been with me, that He has given something in me, because throughout all the challenges, for some weird reason, when I came across a lot of difficulties, it was a motivation for me. That is evidence of God's grace.
Temba, most of our people, our forefathers, our fathers, our uncles, they go into the deep mine right underground and dig gold and diamonds. We take it overseas to be refined. It comes back to us very expensive.
Very true.
And you are doing something awesome. You are taking our gold, you are taking our diamond here and give us a finished product here. In other words, you are cutting the middleman. And as a result, I also want to believe that your product is more affordable because it didn't go to America first to be refined, repolished, and come back to us.
Very true. Very true. What I want our people to understand is that they must start supporting local.
Mm-hmm.
It is only when you support local that you are creating employment for your neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
It is only when we are supporting local that you are reducing the level of crime.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one thing that I've also recognized when I was in Italy, that the Italians, they support their own. Firstly, when you want to buy something, look around you before you go out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wish for people to understand and embrace that ideology, that support your own first.
You have won several awards.
Yes, Mr. Charles.
Take me through the awards, especially the Tutuka Jewellery Award.
I'm a very competitive individual.
Mm-hmm.
And because I have developed a strategy on how to conceptualize and store ideas for future use. And it's called fluency, the speed of generating ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So I was good at that. And I would conceptualize ideas and put them to use them later. So when competition came, I was ready. The only thing that I had to do was to interpret the theme of the competition. And hence, since I started from 2012 at the University of Johannesburg, I was winning awards. And I think if there's one thing that is important to me, when I was still at college in Rustenburg, I had realized that, but a lot of our people are studying this trade, but they just disappear. What is it that can be done? And I asked myself this one question: what does it take to be great? And till this day, I'm on a journey to answer that question. And all the accolades that I've achieved is answers to that question. Because 2017, I was shortlisted as a finalist on an international competition. So it shows that in the African continent, we can compete globally. We have the talent. We just need our government to support us more. We need more funding. We need them to provide us with the infrastructure so that we can thrive and also create opportunities for other young black people.
I see here you have got something beautiful.
Yes.
Do you want to take us through that? What do you have and where can one get hold of these products?
Charles, like I said earlier on, jewelry speaks on a big level.
Yeah.
You know, you tell stories through jewelry. This piece is part of the collection titled Phenomenal Jewels, Celebrating Phenomenal Women.
Which one? That one?
This piece.
Yes.
And it started in 2014 because I won the overall award for a competition.
So you
Tutuka.
designed that?
Yes, I designed and made it. So
Okay.
the piece, just to explain how it came about, just the piece, it was a 4-in-1 piece. You can use it as earrings, you can put it on your shoe, you can use it as a bracelet or a pendant. So from there it was born this collection that our women play a huge role in our life. And we must celebrate them. So the technique and the process that I went through in making this, it's a journey that women go through. And the final result, our viewers, as you can see, it's beauty. So we don't
And
always...
elegance.
Exactly. We don't always see what women go through. But me creating these jewels, I wanted to show you exactly the final product.
And this other one?
This, Charles, I'm fascinated by things becoming more. You know, Because for me, I don't want jewelry that is just a ring. That's dull for me. So this is a ring actually, but you can use it as a pendant.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's a 2-in-1 pendant, as you can see. The design is different from both sides.
Is that gold or diamond?
No. This is our silver collection.
Okay.
So it's sterling silver with cubics. But if a client requires diamonds in platinum and gold, we are able to cater for that.
Awesome. Tell me, are you planning to grow your business, or what does your future holds?
Absolutely. I see TMDS as one of the biggest creative company in Africa.
Yeah.
We have the talent. We just need the infrastructure. We need funds. Please support us in our dreams, our visions. It's possible. We can do it. I think this continent, we need in an environment it's an environment that fits itself. Let me explain what I mean by that. We must have the marketplace, right? We must have businesses to supply the marketplace, right? We must have institutions that will train people who will produce in the businesses, you know, so we need that. But for that to happen, we need funding, you know. And I have, because I always had this view, this big vision in my mind. And for now, we have identified a space that we think that's a great space for us to operate in.
You know, you said you need support.
I need support.
You need funding.
I need funding.
In terms of support, I am taking this one now.
Yes.
You're not taking it home.
Yes, Mr. Charles.
It's mine from now.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
If you haven't sold anything today, at least you have sold one to me. And I'm not taking it for free. I am going to pay in full for it.
Thank you.
If someone else out there wants to support you, wants your product, how do they get hold of Temba?
Okay. We are on Instagram at the moment because we're still working on our website. So our Instagram page is TMDS12. TMDS12. And my contact details is 078 614 1842. 078 614 1842.
And I am Charles Ngobeni signing off on Marketplace with Charles. You can get hold of me on Instagram, Charles_Ngobeni, or you can go on my Facebook fan page and like me. We are also on YouTube. You can watch the repeat of this. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Charles Ngobeni. If you want to join me on my Israel tour in December, please contact 072 123 0078. And God bless you. See you next time. Same channel. Ciao.